Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Riverdale versus Ottawa Hills. This is going to be a crash course in cranial kung fu. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. This quarter-final round of BGSU Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is a quarterfinal time. That's right, we have Riverdale versus Ottawa Hills. Let's meet our teams. Starting off with Ottawa Hills. Tell us who you are.
All right, I'm Hank. I'm a senior. And to my left, we have Alex. He's a freshman. To my right, we have Ishan, a junior. We are coached by Mr. Anthony Torrio.
All right, welcome to Ottawa Hills and Riverdale. Tell us who you are.
I'm Ben Burkowski. I'm a senior. To my left is Aaron Leese. He's also a senior. And to my right is David Burkowski. He's a sophomore. And we are coached by the Christy Thacker.
All right. Welcome to Riverdale as well. We start things off as we always do in our toss-up round. In this round, all questions are worth 10 points. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer, so have some fun in this round. You may confer before buzzing in, not after, and you can, I repeat, you can steal a question in this round. Ottawa Hills, Riverdale, you ready? Here we go. The name of this country's capital is the same as the name of the country. Identify this island. That would be Riverdale. Ben?
Djibouti.
Incorrect. Identify this island nation off the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? Time. Not time. Sorry. Singapore is what we needed there. Published in 1838 by Charles Dickens, this novel focuses on a young orphan boy taught, that would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan?
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist indeed. Oranges, lemons, and limes are all members of this family. Ottawa Hills. Ishan?
Citrus.
They are citrus, yes. In order to fulfill his 1798 order from the War Department for muskets, this inventor utilized interchangeable parts. Riverdale. Aaron?
Eli Whitney.
Eli Whitney, yes. Which molecule whose chemical formula is CO is sometimes called the silent killer? That would be Riverdale. Ben?
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide, yes. What is osteoporosis? That would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan?
The softness of bones.
We will accept that, yes. Jump in when you know my name. I was a famous architect and the go-to guy on both the construction of the Statue of Liberty. That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Bertoldi.
Incorrect. Construction of the Statue of Liberty and a French structure located on the Champ du Mars in Paris. Who am I? That would be Riverdale. Ben?
Eiffel.
Eiffel, yes, Gustav Eiffel. In economics, what term is used to designate a contract in which a parent business sells the right to use Riverdale? Aaron?
Franchise.
It is a franchise, yes. Usually isolated and volcanic in origin, these mountains found on the ocean floor are conical and rise at least 1,000 meters. By what name are they known? Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Sphere.
Incorrect. Riverdale, would you like to steal? They are seamounts. Seamounts. By age 50, this artery is often showing signs of at least Ottawa Hills. Ishan?
Carteroid.
We will accept that, yes. Spell the 10-letter noun that designates a form of tentative explanation for an observation or scientific problem that can be tested by further investigation. That would be Riverdale. Ben?
Hypothesis.
Correct. Hypothesis. This Socratic dialogue written by Plato examines the nature of the just state and the just man. Riverdale. Ben?
The Republic.
The Republic, yes. Give the 6-letter science term that refers to an optical illusion created by light waves and layers of hot air often seen at sea or in the desert. Riverdale. Ben?
Mirage.
It is a mirage, yes. What do paleontologists, that would be Riverdale. Ben?
Fossils.
They do study fossils, yes. French scientist Louis Pasteur, in addition to developing a sterilization process for milk, also developed a vaccine against That would be Riverdale. Ben?
Smallpox.
Incorrect. Which viral disease, Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be Ishan.
Influenza.
Incorrect. Rabies, and also we would have accepted for fun anthrax. All right, next question. In 1973, tennis champ Bobby Riggs challenged whom? That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean King, yes, and King won that match. What is the difference between something that is flammable and something that is inflammable? That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Nothing.
Nothing, correct. Name the Hawaiian island to which lepers were sent. That would be Riverdale. Ben?
Maui.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be Hank.
Oahu.
Incorrect. Molokai. In mathematics and physics, what term that begins with the letter T designates any twisting force on an object? That would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan?
Torque.
Torque, yes. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. Well, we do have a very, very close competition indeed. Ottawa Hills at 70 and Riverdale at 80 points. Stick around. Head-to-head round coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. It is time to meet our substitutions. As before we go into this next round, Ottawa Hills, tell us who has joined your team.
Yeah, so to my left we have Yale. He's a senior.
And Riverdale, who's joined your team.
To my right is Johanna, and she's a sophomore.
All right, welcome to our substitutions. As we go into the head-to-head round, we have Riverdale at 80 and Ottawa Hills at 70 points. Now, in this round, both teams, you'll both get the same 15 questions. They're worth 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. You may confer as long as you want, but there is a time limit, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in this round. You can also pass on a question, but we will not, I repeat, we will not return to that question. Since this is the head-to-head round, Riverdale, you are at 80 points, Ottawa Hills at 70. That means you are off to isolation. All right, Riverdale, are you ready for your 15 head-to-head questions? This round for you starts right now. Name the Swedish rock group whose music is showcased in the Broadway musical Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Jeez. ABBA.
ABBA is correct. In what year was Mahatma Gandhi assassinated?
Pass.
1948. This iconic blonde actress, whose real name was Norma Jean Baker, died in Los Angeles in 1962 of probable suicide.
Monroe.
Correct. What was the first movie in color to win Oscar for Best Picture?
Sleeping Beauty.
Gone with the Wind. In what year did the fall of Saigon, Vietnam occur?
1972.
1975. The Roman city of Pompeii was destroyed in 79 AD by what volcano?
Vesuvius.
Correct. In 1912, Japan gave 3,000 trees to the U.S. to symbolize the friendship between the two countries. These trees were planted in?
Jefferson. Cherry.
Correct. The Whitechapel murderer is another nickname given to what serial killer of the Victorian era?
Jack the Ripper.
Correct. In what South American country would you find Machu Picchu?
Peru.
Correct. In what year did the 17th century did the Great Fire of London occur?
1666.
1666.
Correct. This Scottish inventor has a kind of raincoat named after him because he invented a method of making fabric waterproof.
Shed.
Incorrect. Charles McIntosh, who was the founder of the Standard Oil Company.
Rockefeller.
Correct. In what state would you be if you were visiting the Baltimore estate, the largest home in America? It was built in 1895 by George and Edith Vanderbilt.
Tennessee. Yeah. Tennessee.
Incorrect. North Carolina. According to Greek myth, what did Prometheus steal from?
Fire.
Correct. This woman's refusal to give up her seat sparked civil rights protests against?
Parks.
Correct. That is all 15 questions in the head-to-head round. It is now time for you to go to isolation. All right, let's bring back in Ottawa Hills. Ottawa Hills, are you ready for your 15 head-to-head questions? Starts right now. Name the Swedish rock group whose musical is showcased in the Broadway musical Mamma Mia.
ABBA.
Correct. In what year was Mahatma Gandhi assassinated?
1947.
1948. This iconic blonde actress whose real name was Norma Jean Baker died in Los Angeles in 1962 of a probable suicide.
Marilyn Monroe.
Correct. What was the first movie in color to win an Oscar for Best Picture?
Wizard of Oz.
Incorrect. Gone with the Wind. In what year did the fall of Saigon, Vietnam occur?
1975.
Correct. The Roman city of Pompeii was destroyed in 79 AD by what volcano?
Vesuvius.
Correct. In 1912, Japan gave 3,000 trees to the U.S. to symbolize the friendship between the two countries. These trees were planted in Washington, D.C.
Cherry blossom.
They are cherry, yes. The Whitechapel murderer is another nickname given to what serial killer of the Victorian era?
Jack the Ripper.
Correct. In what South American country would you find Machu Picchu?
Peru.
Correct. In what year of the 17th century did the Great Fire of London occur?
1607.
1666. This Scottish inventor has a kind of raincoat named after him because he invented a method of making fabric waterproof.
Is it like Kevlar? Kevlar? That's not.
Incorrect. Charles McIntosh. Who was the founder of the Standard Oil Company?
Rockefeller.
Correct. According to Greek myth, what did Prometheus steal from the gods to give humankind? Correct. This woman's refusal to give up her seat sparked...
Rosa Parks.
Correct. In what state would you be visiting if the Baltimore estate, the largest...
Maryland.
Incorrect. North Carolina. That is the end of the head-to-head round for Ottawa Hills. It is now time to clear our score, and let's bring back Riverdale. All right, let's see where we stand. Ottawa Hills has 170 points, and Riverdale stands at 180 points. Still very, very close, but coming up next is our category round where things can change very, very quickly. We have questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, and deductions are going to start. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Both teams have elected to stay with their same lineup from the last round. So we're going to move immediately to the category round. In this round, there are 6 categories to choose from. Inside each category are questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But I must warn you, deductions begin now. If you go for 15, you're risking 15. You can confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Ottawa Hills, since you were at 170 points, you will get to make the first selection.
All right, we'll go baseball nicknames for 10.
Baseball nicknames for 10. I will read the nickname of a former professional baseball player. You identify the player. Shoeless Joe. That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Joe Jackson.
Correct. Ottawa Hills stays in control.
Baseball for 15.
We're tied, by the way. Baseball for 15. Jolton Joe. Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Joe DiMaggio.
Correct. Ottawa Hills takes the lead.
Spelling for 10.
Spelling for 10 points. I will spell a word, or I will spell the word citadel. Ottawa Hills.
Citadel.
Correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
The U.S. keyboard for 10.
The U.S. keyboard for 10 points. What symbol do you use, what symbol do you get when you press the Shift and 8 keys simultaneously? That will be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
The ampersand.
Incorrect. Riverdale, would you like to steal? They're saying no, we needed the asterisk there. All right, Ottawa Hills in control.
Baseball for 20.
Baseball for 20 points. Yaz. That will be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Carl Yastrzemski.
Correct. Ottawa Hills still in control.
Baseball for 25.
Baseball for 25 points. Charlie Hustle. That will be Ottawa Hills. Hank?
Pete Rose.
Correct.
Baseball for 30.
Baseball for 30 points. The Big Unit. That will be Randy Johnson. Ottawa Hills in control.
What do you want to do? World leaders for 10.
World leaders for 10 points. Identify the world leaders described. All are current as of 2020. Who is the current Prime Minister of Canada? Riverdale, Ben.
Trudeau.
Correct. Riverdale takes control.
World leaders for 15.
World leaders for 15 points. Who is the current Chancellor of, that will be Ottawa Hills?
Angela
Ishan.
Merkel.
Correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
Begins with FRE for 10.
Begins with FRE for 10. Identify each of the following people, places, or ideas that begin with the letters FRE. If the correct response is a person's name, his or her last name begins with FRE. Austrian founder of psychoanalysis. That would be, Ottawa Hills. Ishan.
Freud.
Correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
Same FRE for 15.
FRE for 15 points. A student in his or her first year of college. That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank.
Freshman.
They are freshmen. Yes. Ottawa Hills in control.
We'll go. Yeah. Name the author for 10.
Name the author for 10 points. I will read the title of a book. You are to give the name of the author. The Hound of the Baskerville. That would be Riverdale. Ben.
Doyle.
Goyle is correct. Riverdale in control.
Spelling 15.
Spelling for 15 points. Spell the word amateur. That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank.
AMATEUR.
Correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
The U.S. keyboard for 15.
The U.S. keyboard for 15 points. What symbol do you get when you press the Shift and 4 keys simultaneously? That would be the $sign. Ottawa Hills in control.
U.S. keyboard for 20.
U.S. keyboard for 20 points. What letter is between the X and the V keys? That would be Ottawa Hills. Hank.
C.
C is correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
Spelling for 20.
Spelling for 20 points. Spell the word chauffeur. Riverdale, Ben.
CHAFFEUR.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal?
Yeah.
That would be Hank.
CHAUFFEUR.
Correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
World leaders for 20.
World leaders for 20 points. Who is the current Prime Minister of Japan? That would be Riverdale, Ben.
Sorry.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal?
Do you have any idea? No.
They're saying no. Shinzo Abe, Ottawa Hills in control.
Begins with FRE for 20.
Begins with FRE for 20 points. The art of painting on fresh. That will be Riverdale. Aaron.
Fresco.
Fresco is correct. Riverdale in control.
Name the author 15.
Name the author for 15 points. Treasure Island. Ottawa Hills. Hank.
What's his face? Crusoe. That's the book.
Incorrect. Riverdale, would you like to steal? Time. That would be Robert Louis Stevenson. Riverdale in control.
Name the author 30.
Name the author for 30 points. The Lost Prince. That would be Francis Burnett. Riverdale in control.
World leaders 30.
World leaders for 30 points. Who is the current president of Brazil? Jair Bolsonaro. Riverdale in control.
World leaders 25.
World leaders for 25. Who is the current president of China? Riverdale, Ben.
Xi Jinping.
Correct. Riverdale in control.
Name the author 20.
Name the author for 20 points. 1984. Riverdale, Ben.
Orwell.
Correct. Riverdale in control.
Author 25.
Author for 25. Writers of the Purple Sage. Zane Grey. Riverdale in control.
FRE 25.
FRE for 25. Member of an international order established for mutual, that will be Riverdale, Ben.
Freemason.
Correct. Riverdale in control.
FRE 30.
FRE for 30 points. Common name of the organization established in 1865 by Congress to help former black slaves and Riverdale, Ben.
Freeman Society.
Will we accept that? We will not. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal?
I think, do we lose points if we get it wrong? I'd say just leave it.
That would be Freedmen's Bureau. Riverdale, in control.
Spelling 30.
Spelling for 30. Spell the word precocious. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Riverdale with 220 points, and currently in the lead with 320 points is Ottawa Hills. Still anybody's game. You're going to want to stick around. The Brainstorm Round is coming up next, where questions are worth 20 points apiece. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU's Brain Game. Riverdale 220 points, Ottawa Hills 320 points. Riverdale, looks like you have a substitution who has joined your team.
David is back.
All right, welcome back to David. Ottawa Hills staying with your lineup from the last round. All right, this is it. This is our Brainstorm Round. It's anybody's game. All questions in this round are worth 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer, so things can change very, very quickly. You may confer before buzzing in, not after. If you confer after buzzing in, you will lose 20 points. There is no stealing, I repeat, no stealing in this round. Ottawa Hills, Riverdale, are you ready? Brainstorm round starts right now. On to what type of metaphorical carriage do people jump when they adopt a view? That would be Riverdale. Aaron.
Bandwagon.
They are the bandwagon, yes. I celebrate myself and sing myself begins a well-known poem by what American author? Walt Whitman. What is the average distance from the Earth to the Moon in miles? (238,900 miles). What organ in the human body is responsible for secreting insulin? Riverdale. Aaron.
Pancreas.
Correct. This is a lyric poem often addressed to a particular subject. Keats wrote one about a Grecian urn. Riverdale. Ben.
Ode.
Correct. Which two amendments to the U.S. Constitution had to do with the prohibition? That would be Ottawa Hills. Yale.
18th and 21st.
Correct. This famous physicist and mathematician invented the reflecting telescope. That would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan.
Galileo.
Incorrect. Isaac Newton. In what country are the mysterious Nazca lines located? Ottawa Hills. Hank.
Peru.
Correct. In Roman mythology, these brothers were the founders of the city. That would be Riverdale. Ben.
Romulus and Remus.
Correct. What Greek letter is used in math and science to indicate a change in Riverdale? Aaron.
Delta.
Correct. Name the Greek goddess of the rainbow. This name is also, that would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan.
Iris.
Correct. Name the town in Massachusetts where in 1690, that would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan.
Salem.
Correct. This Norwegian playwright wrote Ghosts. Ottawa Hills. Ishan.
Ibsen.
Correct. Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor of California. That would be Ottawa Hills. Ishan.
1980.
Incorrect. He was from Austria. In the ancient world, purple dye was very rare. Riverdale. Ben.
Phoenicia.
Incorrect. The shells of the shellfish, murex. Name the classical Japanese dance drama known for the elaborate makeup worn by some performers. Time. Kabuki. Finish this line from The Princess Bride. My name is that would be Riverdale. Ben.
Prepare to die.
Correct. Which U.S. president created the Peace Corps? Riverdale. Ben.
Carter.
Incorrect. Kennedy. In what city was Robert Kennedy assassinated? That would be Riverdale. Ben.
Chicago.
Incorrect. Los Angeles. In the sentence, Mark said he just wanted to sleep for 8 hours straight one night during camp. What function does the infinitive phrase play? Ishan. Ottawa Hills.
To sleep.
Incorrect. Direct object. All right, end of round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Riverdale with 280 points, and our winner with 360 points is Ottawa Hills. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. Now, in the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's meet in the middle, shake hands, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.